some of the best stories are mysteries, especially when that mystery has some history behind it. And we have one of those in our lineup at this year's Myrtle Beach International Film Festival. It is called Love Until the End, and the director and producer is Tamara Nance. Tell us a little bit about this. It's all about a song, but also a story that goes all the way back to shortly after the Civil War, correct?
Right, 1866. Tom Dula was a Confederate soldier who came home from the war. He lived with his mom, but he was quite the ladies' man. And so there was a lady named Anne who was married, but Tom actually, according to the story, still had a romantic relationship with her, and perhaps even her cousin Pauline, which the country folk called Pearline, and then Laura, who just was completely in love with Tom. So between Laura, Anne, and Tom, there was a love triangle there.
And Tom was eventually convicted of murder. He was charged with murder and professed his innocence, as I understand it.
Yes.
And there's still some, 150 years later, still some question as to whether he really did it, even though he was found guilty and he was hung for it.
Right. Many people in that community there in Ferguson, North Carolina, believe that he was innocent, and that perhaps Anne, or even Anne's mother or Pearline, somebody else had something to do with Laura's death. But there are many people who do believe that he was wrongly convicted.
How did you decide to make this story, which has so much history behind it, into a film?
When I was in the 5th grade, my teacher took us to Tom Dula's grave, and we sang the song, made popular by the Kingston Trio. We played in the creek and ran around, and we had the best time. And we really didn't understand the story that much. And then I found that somebody was writing a short film and needed a co-writer, and then things just led to where I would be directing and producing the film.
How did you decide to just take essentially one scene, two people interacting? It's Laura and her father. How did you decide to narrow the whole thing down to just that one scene?
It was just too vast a project for me to undertake for my very first time as a director, and so it just puts it in a nutshell so that people may be curious to learn more about it, and maybe there will be a feature one day about it.
What's your next project? What do you have coming up?
I am currently working on a documentary. I'm speaking with a lovely 90-year-old man who went to Europe just shortly after World War II ended, and he was in Graves registration. And I knew nothing about that division, and we have been talking now for several months, and I'm recording his stories.
Good for you. Good luck to you. Tamara Nance.
Thank you.
The film again is
Love Until the End.
Love Until the End. Tells a true story.
Thank
All right.
you.
Thank you very much.